Hello, my name is Dan. Welcome to Drive Equals Balance. In this tutorial, we're going to look at the U-turn. How do you do a U-turn? Check out my slow control video. That's definitely going to help you out with regard to the U-turn. But we're going to have a look at it now. I'm going to use that green gate there and the green gate behind me. I'm going to do a U-turn. Now, when I take my students to test, we only ever do left to right. Therefore, if you want to practice this, you can go to any car park, 3 car parking bays, and you'll be able to practice your U-turn on your own bike. So I'm going to line up for the U-turn. I'm on the first line at the first gate. Now this is slightly different to the American system. Here we have 2 lines either side. The American system, you've got a big old box and you can go in that box there. We're going to do the U-turn here. This is what it should look like. Look left, look right. Steady throttle, release the clutch. Use the back brake where necessary. Lifesaver. And then we make our turn looking where we're going, keeping it driving all the way through. Remember, drive equals balance, yeah? And then once we're on the other side, we can come to a stop. Nice and easy, it looks like. Let me show you what happens if you pull the clutch in whilst doing a U-turn. So here, look left, look right, riding forwards, do my lifesaver, make my turn, and pull the clutch. And my foot goes down. You could hear the revs raising, but that doesn't help me. Remember, drive equals balance. For example, if I do this one now, and when I do this U-turn, I'm not going to use the throttle, and I'm not going to use the rear brake. So here we go. Look left, look right, slowly release the clutch. So releasing the clutch, not using anything else. Make my turn. Remember, drive equals balance. Yeah, as long as I keep it driving, I will have balance. Let's prove that one more time. So here, this time, I'm on the side of the bike. As long as I keep it driving, easy. Yeah, so we've got to remember, drive equals balance, always. So something we can also do with the U-turn is we can turn and we can kiss the line. Something we can't do with the U-turn is turn and go over the line. So how do we change that? Do our lifesaver. Look as far in line with the line, but ahead as you can. The further you look ahead, the easier it's going to be. If I do a U-turn now and I look at the line, my eyesight is down, it's much harder to achieve that. Okay, you can do this U-turn without doing any counterbalance. What is counterbalance? Counterbalance is where we lean the bike in one way and you lean the other way. Okay, that would be counterbalance. There we go, counterbalance. Do we have to do that? No. What does counterbalance do? It makes your turn tighter, okay? So here, if I do counterbalance, I can actually turn in 2 spaces rather than 3 spaces, okay? So that's what the counterbalance is gonna help us to do. So if you find that when you're practicing, you keep going wide, you keep going wide, you keep going wide, you need to do more counterbalance. If you want, divide the U-turn into 2. So you've got 90 degrees and then 90 degrees. Divide it into 2. In the first 90 degrees, you kind of want to use the rear brake. In the second 90 degrees, you want to release the rear brake, allow the bike to drive through, keeping your balance. If you keep driving through and you keep looking where you need to go, happy days, you'll make it. So here we go. Look left, look right. So I've got the rear brake on now, do my lifesaver, make my turn, looking where I'm going, and then on the last part, then we can release the brake because the bike's going to make it anyway. Yeah, it's going to make it anyway. So happy days. So let's talk about steering. Okay, a common thing people will do is they'll steer a little bit in the beginning and a lot at the end. Let me show you what I mean. So look left, look right, ride forward. Lifesaver, little bit of steering at the beginning And then at the end, a lock. Yeah? And here I've made it, but a lot of people won't make that, okay? Because they leave that massive bit of steering right to the very end. So let's do it again. And this time we're going to try and get to as close to full lock as we can from the beginning. So look left, look right, ride forward, lifesaver, big steering input. And now I have to ride to the line because I've already completed the turn ahead of time. Does that make sense? Yeah. So think about your steering, think about your counterbalance, think about your slow control. That really is the key. The slow control is the most important thing. Okay. And that's the U-turn.